3.3, order of operations. Make sure that you write in your name to organize your notes. Mine's Tara. And make sure that you put in the date, whatever date that may be. So when we're learning about, or when we're using order of operations, we have this mnemonic. Okay, it's called bed mass. I'm sure that everybody knows this. Some people, maybe if you learned in French up till now, you would see ped mass instead for parentheses. And actually, parentheses, just for the record, is a little bit more accurate. But that's just getting a little technical. So let's just go through this here. So bed masses do inside the brackets first, whatever that may be. Whether it's adding, subtracting, and if there's adding and say multiplying, make sure that you do the multiplying before. Then you do the exponents. The D and the M is divide and multiply. This is key, in order from left to right. That's important. And then adding and subtracting, then add or subtract in order from left to right. So let's launch into some of these questions, shall we? So for A, the way that I like to start these things off actually is B, E, D, M, A, S. I'm just going to organize it in terms of question A, question B, and question C. So if I were to say 4 squared plus 2 to the power of 3, I don't have any brackets. But I do have exponents, so let's do that, shall we? 4 to the power of 2 is 16, plus 2 to the power of 3 is 8. There's no division, there's no multiplication, there is adding and no subtracting. So now I'm going to add. 16 plus 8 is going to be 24. Put a box around my answer because I like my teacher, and we're done. B. Okay, so first things first is brackets. So I'm going to write 2 to the power of 3 plus 5 minus 2 to the power of 4. Okay, so I do see stuff that's happening in brackets here. So yes, I need to finish what's in the brackets first. So 2 to the power of 3 plus 5 minus 2 is 3 to the power of 4. The next step, yes, we do have exponents. So I'm going to evaluate those. 2 to the power of 3 is 8, plus 3 to the power of 4 is going to be 81. Now, how do I know that? Well, I have a trusty dusty calculator here that I can dust off. I'm going to say 3 to the power of, so that's my little exponent button. Come and talk to me if you have any problems finding yours. To the power of 4 equals 81. Because 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is going to be 81. Alright, so we don't have any division, we don't have any multiplication, no subtraction, so the next step is going to be adding. 8 plus 81 is going to be 89. Put a box around it because I like my teacher, and we're done. Alright, so C. 1 minus 4 to the power of 3 plus 100 divided by 2. Alright, so first things first, we need to deal with what's in the brackets, and we do have that. So 1 minus 4, ooh, tricky, minus 3, or negative 3 to the power of 3, plus 100 divided by 2. The next step, we have to deal with our exponents, and we have them. So negative 3 to the power of 3 is going to be negative 27 plus 100 divided by 2. Do you see how many times I'm writing this down? Because every step, I just do one of these things. Either I'm doing brackets or exponents or division and multiplication, those two go together, or adding and subtracting, those two go together. But I'm only doing one step at a time. This is really important because it shows you how I want you to format your work on the mastery check. So please pay attention to that. And if you haven't already, make sure that you're copying down exactly the steps that I write down. Okay, so we do have division and no multiplication at this time. So I'm going to go negative 27 plus, 100 divided by 2 is going to be 50. We do have adding, we don't have any subtracting, so if I go negative 27 plus 50, I know 50 is my bigger number, so it's going to be positive. So if we start out at negative 27 and move forward or move to the right on the number line plus 50, I'm going to get a final answer of 23. Put a box around it and we're done. So as a summary, just remember that order of operations is the same thing as bed mass. Make sure that you format work showing all steps.